Hey guys, RP Gaming here. You could be watching this on Pistachio, you could be watching this on whatever else, but I wanted to bring up something. This is the voting video, obviously by the title. I'm gonna have it both on Pistachio Hut and my channel. I'll set a link to both from obviously both, vice versa. You should know, but I want to show you all the options in custom mode. Whether you want them to be randomized or specific agents and programs, I'll show you everything I can do at the moment. We have extended campaign, extra agents, extra programs, more enemy types, more demons, more side missions, more new side missions, more endless, and endless contingency missions. Whew! Okay, that's not it. We have the amount of rewinds I can do, also level retries, which lets me retry the level. Auto increment alarm. It basically it's what turns the alarm up more, one every turn, as you can see in my campaign so far. Campaign hours that give me how much time for the first half of the campaign. As you can see right here, you can read this. Starting mission power, you can also toggle. Alarm stages, you can also toggle that if you want it to be easy, blah blah blah. Credit multiplier makes it easier, obviously, because I get more money. Guards per level, it'll make that's a pretty obvious one. Okay, that's all the controls for that. Guard safe patrols. Patrol paths generate from guards are more friendly. They do not enter. Okay, this just means that guards cannot enter my starting room. You can also turn that off. You can make this obviously a living hell for me, or you can make it a really easy one. You guys can make whatever you want. Vote on what you want, and if you want me to do custom, endless, a time attack, or any one of these, if you want me to do custom, I'm just showing you the stuff right now. Alarm when guards are KO'd. Additional KO time, which you can. This is the options for it. 99 effectively takes them out of the game, as it says on there. Show danger zones. You can turn that off, which that will be very annoying. It would be like trying to play Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn on hard mode, if you know that reference. Melee while showing. You can't melee while they're looking at you, which you can in the regular game since it is turned on. Increased final resistance. You can do that if you want. Alarm multiplier. What's the options for this? Up to 5. Starting money, obviously. Consoles per level, safes per level, rooms per level, demon quality. Time attack mode on or off. So that's all the options that we have for custom. Obviously, if there's any specific ones you want me to turn on or whatnot, put it in the description also. But now let's get to the actual game. I wish this would auto skip, but it doesn't. For agents I have to work with right now, I can randomize everything, or I have Decker, I have Archive Decker, I have International, I have Archive International, I have Shalem, Banks, Dr. Zeus, Nika, and Sharp and Prism, and obviously the DLC characters. If you decide to turn them off, I won't see them. I won't see them in detention centers. Olivia, Drake, Draco, sorry, Derek, Draco, he's okay, I guess. And the absolute worst agent, I think, in this entire game, Rush. Actually, Rush starts with Stim. That's okay, I guess. Though, still, I wish this was a custom Stim. Maybe give you, have less of a cooldown, like 4 to 3. But that's besides the point. That's just nitpicky. Next would be probably Shalem, but Shalem can carble very well with Draco. But that's besides the point. Also for programs, I have Power Drip, Fusion, Seed, and that's it. For those. Oh, Burst too. Don't forget about Burst. Burst is a very interesting one. And for the other ones I have Golem, Lockpick, 1, Parasite, and Rapier. That's all I have unlocked right now as current. I I might get more in the future, especially if I get my mission done, which I'm planning on doing all this after the thing. So yeah, if you'd like that's it. And obviously, if you don't care about this, you just want me to randomize. As you can see, you can randomize. You can do it as many times as you want. I don't care. You could also, interesting. The programs don't change after the while, but that's besides the point. And yeah, that's really it. Let me know, guys, what you want. Also, I will be sending a link to the wiki if you do have questions about any of these programs or any of the characters and what they start out with or what their abilities are, since I did not explain any of that. But I'm assuming you know because you obviously are voting for something you want to watch. But yeah, I think that would be it. RP Gaming rolling out and have, well, I don't know what good outro for Pistachio Head is. Yeah, that's my special outro. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe this is my special outro. Hey guys. Well, I'm sorry for the brief cut. It's supposed to be the end of that video, but I need to talk about some things. I forgot to talk about just mostly the characters, and I didn't really explain them. Um, Mostly about this whole series. It's going to be going on Pistachio Hut. I could have put it in descriptions, but that's very important. For those who are hoping that would be on my channel, no, it's going to be a Pistachio Hut series. But if it is really successful and you guys really want it to be on my channel, I will do it. Like I said before, I don't have all the agents, obviously, in all the programs, but I guess I'll go through them. So yeah, I guess I'll be quiet here, and you guys can listen to the nice, whoever Gladstone talking about these agents and their story, and also I'll highlight over about the characters.
Colette was headstrong, aggressive, unpredictable, arrogant, hard to work with, and absolutely worth the trouble. She was the master of the smash and grab. No agent that I've worked with since could match her speed and ferocity in the field. In hindsight, this was probably her undoing. Had I maintained better discipline amongst the PEIA agents, we may not have lost the Istanbul run. Draco's methods were certainly unconventional, and I took heat for recruiting him. But what my superiors failed to understand was that we were not fighting a conventional war, and we could not afford to limit ourselves to conventional tactics. The corporations had deeper pockets than we did, and were wholly unaccountable to the system of international justice. I didn't have the luxury of restraint. I was charged with interdicting the enemy's security operations as efficiently as possible. And if bad things happen to a couple of their corpses along the way, I make no apologies. Someday I'll get around to his silly vampire book. Who has time to read nowadays anyway? Derek puts on an air of self-interest, but he's got more skin in this game than he's willing to admit. He saw the nasty side of corporate power as an orphan back in Manchester, and he's never forgotten it. He's able to put some of those feelings aside for the sake of business, but when the chips are really down, he can still be counted upon. When I was captured, the agency wrote me off. I don't blame them. Not many people walk out of a deprogramming chamber the same person they went in as. But Derek kept looking. He tracked down the facility where they were holding me and was able to remotely hijack a nanofab within. A single neural disruptor in the right hands at the right time can make all the difference in the world. What can I say? When it comes to covert InfoSec operations, I know more than any living human being on the planet. This is not boasting, it's an undeniable fact, bought with long, hard decades of experience. We could have won the war. I still believe that. But our early efforts were hamstrung by incompetent leadership that refused to accept the severity of the situation. When the director finally realized how bad it was, he defected to the corps. I took over and made it our first priority to recapture him before he gave away too many of our operational secrets. I pulled the trigger myself, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Esther is one of our newest recruits, and she shows great promise. She's certainly motivated to get back at the corps after the smear job they did on her. I don't keep up with the holovids, But even I had heard about her so-called youthful indiscretions. The Corps are never more ruthless when they are trying to control their public image. I feel the same may be said for Esther.
A quick side note. This is outdated. I think they update at least on easy mode, and expert mode. Neural disruptors, knockout guards for free turns.
Most people find Sharp off-putting because of his cybernetic enhancements. I find him off-putting because he's a sociopath with almost no regard for human life. I shudder to think what he's capable of, and I say this as a person who spends most of her time interfacing with a disembodied artificial intelligence. Muratova is a deadly weapon in human form. One would think that such an aggressive style would be a liability, but she makes it work. Just try not to make any sudden moves in her peripheral vision if you want your arms to remain in their sockets.
Instead of having a cooldown, you consume 2 power.
Tony Zhu's academic papers may as well be in binary to me. I've been told by very clever people that they're very impressive, but I'm more impressed in practical results. He plays the absent-minded professor character well, but when push comes to shove, he knows exactly what the score is. Even with the brain damage, Banks is one of the most effective hackers I've ever encountered. With stims and neuroconditioning, she's able to stay lucid, but I wonder what kind of long-term effects that might have on her stability. Shalem is good at covering his tracks. I don't usually employ people I don't understand, but his skill set was too useful to pass up. He's obviously using us as a means to some personal end. We'll see who shows their hand first. Internationale is one of the best all-round operatives I've ever seen, but she's held back by an unfortunate abundance of social concern. If used correctly, she's the bedrock upon which you can build a winning team. Just don't ask her about the plight of the global proletariat.
As far as I know, you can't make her talk about the archive files, so yeah.
I found Decker living in a bottle after his termination. He's cleaned up since then, but I keep eyes on, just to be sure. The 20th century thing is an unfortunate affectation, but I'm not paying him for his fashion sense.
The reason I've had her voice on is because some of you pick by story, like Central or Gladstone. Gladstone is rescued by Monster, obviously, as you could hear from Derek's thing. Why is he not called Monster right now? Because he's Monster in the future. These 2 characters are Gladstone and Monster. You can actually play with the older Gladstone and the newer Gladstone, and the newer Monster and the older Monster, but obviously. And for the programs, I will cycle through them slowly so you guys can read them. And well, that's everything. Other than the I talked about, I think I did a pretty good job talking about all these. I hopefully I covered everything, and that you guys don't have any questions. But if you have more questions, obviously I still will have the wiki page in the description. And if you want to see my channel or Pistachio Head's channel, since I'm going to be posting on both, I'll have the link in the description. Well, guys. I'm sorry I didn't really. I'm kind of lazy with editing, but whatever. It's okay. Well, I guess that's RP Gaming rolling out. And like I said before, I don't know a good outro for Pistachio yet. You're still watching this? Okay, good. I guess I can, there's a secret ending. Please, please, please don't choose Expert Plus. And also, I guess the super top secret ending is, well, apparently he's a sniper. What was this guy, Shalem?